On to something else. If some of you are looking for a job, they may be hiring in Nepal.
Choosing the next Dalai Lama is a meticulous process. It depends on many things, even which way the smoke blows when he's cremated. And then each potential Dalai Lama is then shown objects belonging to the previous Dalai Lama to see if that particular person is actually the Dalai Lama reincarnated. But as I say, the Chinese are very much determined to have their own. So, we could actually have a scenario where we have two Dalai Lamas.
Excuse me?
2 Dalai Lamas?
2? There can't be 2. There's only one Dalai Lama.
Make them fight to see which one wins.
Well, yeah, like the Highlander. There can only be one Dalai Lama. So it is, first of all, you have to be reincarnated.
Yeah.
So if any of you are looking for the job, when he dies, you have to then, apparently, I don't know, you have to be born. The new Dalai Lama may be here now, and I don't know how it works. Were you reincarnated? Does it happen later?
I don't know.
I'm unfamiliar. Again, so what they say is a search party typically led by the senior Lama. Man, that's got to suck because you've got to be like chosen from birth to be the Dalai Lama. So if you're a Lama, you can't just be the Dalai. It's not like they don't go and vote like they do for the Pope.
And there is a really, really big perk that comes with having that job. You get to be friends with Richard Gere.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's not insufferable. So the regent of the Panchen Lama is dispatched to find young children, usually boys, but the 14th Dalai Lama has suggested a female reincarnation is possible, and it's born around the time of the previous Dalai Lama's death.
Now, will it be a white girl?
Well, there was a movie that came out, and I believe it actually starred Bridget Fonda and somebody else, where they thought they came and looked because they believed that their child was a little boy, white boy. I know, it's crazy, but they thought maybe he was the Dalai Lama.
Oh.
And, what if, right, the old Regent Lama here shows up, right? Just him and all the group, the whole cast, they knock on your door, and they're like, hey, we think your kid's the Dalai Lama. And they're like, what? Todd? Todd's an idiot. He's not a Dalai Lama. No, we think he is. But what if he recognized he has all of the things, all of the traits, believed, yeah, I see that. I remember this, that, and the other. But your parents are like, yeah, we don't want him to be the Dalai Lama.
Either that or you hear somebody shouting from the back room, how much does it pay?
Oh, that's true. Where'd this Dalai Lama? A trailer park is where he came from. Bubba, come here. Could you have Bubba Lama? So the Dalai Lama. Now, the Chinese, for you guys don't know, they took over Nepal. There's always a battle there. They want to have their own stuff. What was that movie with Brad Pitt that was based on the Dalai Lama when he was a child? And when the Chinese took over the area, I forget. Somebody texted, and you guys remember it.
Yeah, somebody remembers that.
But
Brad Pitt Chinese movie.
So it's an interesting thing. I've often wondered, what if the other, because if you really believe that that's the Dalai Lama reincarnated.
7 years in Tibet.
7 years in Tibet. So you look over there, and there's Tibet, right? And he was there. But what if the kid comes from, like a place in London, or he comes from France, or he comes from here?
That's what I was going to ask. It just seems completely curious to me that the Dalai Lama has never been reincarnated in Australia or South Africa.
Well, and it's not lost on me that they could be white.
Yeah, it could be.
And I'm going to tell MSNBC if that happens.
Yeah, probably 6 of them in a row. Bunch of white cracker women. You know who you are, losers. So, but it is a fair question that I think we need to talk to one of the pension regent lamas. Man. Say, Lama guys. I don't know what we call you, Lama. Mr. Lama, Dolly. No, you're not Dolly, though. You're not a Dolly.
What do they travel in?
They've got...
they got jets and stuff?
Yeah, because remember, they got him out of Tibet when everything went sideways because the Chinese wanted to control him.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So he was like, I ain't having any of that. I ain't getting none of this. He said it just like that. But this is a funny movie, guys. We start writing this down. And the Dalai Lama, maybe a little kid, this little white trashy, right? Maybe a kid from the hood. Oh, Dalai Lama, boy!
Yeah, boy.
Oh, goodness me.
If it was if the Dalai Lama was reincarnated as a girl, would there be a different title?
Well, they're not going to allow that.
No, he said this time it might happen.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's sensing it. It could happen.
Boy, that's going to turn
Oh,
everything upside
goodness
down.
me.
Like it's Dolly if it's a guy, Dilly if it's a girl.
Dilly,
So-
that's right.
The Dilly Lama.
No, I think they should cut straight Dolly. So, but what if that parents or they decide, no, we don't, you kind of got to go somewhere where people are potentially being accepting of this. Because if you believe that it can be reincarnated anywhere and it is somebody whose family doesn't want any part of this, I mean, that would be crazy. Because it's not like you can go, okay, we got to go to number 2. Right? Because no, he's in there. How do we get him out? Is that a genie? Twist off his head.
Run a distraction.